Yeah, just a quick review of the Actesso Neoprene Thumb Splint. So basically, why would you use this? Basically, if you want to immobilize the thumb joint or restrict its motion. So the reasons you would want to do that, if you want to prevent an injury, like say, you've had problems with your thumb in the past. Look, I've got a lot of activities I have to do, or I have a job where I have a lot of repetitive tasks that use my thumb. You would want to immobilize it to prevent a problem. So that's the first reason. The other one is you're already having a lot of problems with your thumb, and you just want to rest it and immobilize it, because a lot of times a little rest goes a long way in helping things recover. So those are the main reasons why you would want to buy a contraption like this. There's a lot of these out there and a lot of different variations. So let me go over a few of the features I really like about this one, just to give you a few things to think about. Now, this one is also dedicated to the left or the right hand. So you have to choose between right or left. There are some thumb braces out there, and there's I at least know of a couple where you can use them. You buy one brace, it's good for either your left or your right hand. So you don't have to worry about left or right. This one's different. You have to choose between the right or the left hands. So just kind of think about that as you're looking at braces. The other thing is the material. This is made of 50% neoprene, 10% polyester, and 40% nylon. So the 40% nylon, I think, is a good fabric to put in there, a good thread, because nylon actually makes it a little more durable and make it last a little longer. And the last thing I really like about this brace is that it has two straps. So some of them have 3 or more straps, which isn't a problem, because the benefit is you can adjust them a little better in certain areas, like your wrist, your thumb. Some are the tip of the thumb, the middle of the thumb, and the wrist. There's a lot more adjustments, but also if you have arthritis, like in both hands, that can be a little challenging, because remember, if you have problems with your right hand, you're going to put this brace on with your left hand, and that can be kind of hard to do all these straps with your left hand if you have bad arthritis in it. Just another thing to think about. This is a nice, basic, straightforward design with the 2 straps. I think will get the job done. So yeah, if you're looking for a thumb splint, I think this is a good one. Now, if you're having problems with your thumb, there's actually a lot of other things you can do besides immobilize your thumb. Let me show you a couple things you can do. I'm getting these from the Healthy Thumb Handbook. Aren't too many thumb books at all out there, so I thought this was rather unusual. But yeah, here's a couple things you can do. Okay, so the first thing is relaxing your thumb muscles. So if you overwork, if let's say you just have an overuse or like a repetitive strain injury where your thumb is just overworked too much because of your job or whatever, the muscles can become irritated, and so relaxing them goes a long way. The other thing is, if you have, say, your thumb arthritis, you can have pain definitely coming from the joint, but you can also have muscular pain. So that's because a lot of times in arthritis, when the joint gets irritated, the muscles kind of react to that, and they start getting irritated as well. So maybe your pain, if you have thumb arthritis, maybe your pain is, partly the joint and partly the muscles. So you might have a muscular component of that. That's not too bad, that's pretty easy to treat. So you can develop these things in your muscles called trigger points, and these are irritable spots in the muscles. So there's certain muscles there that you want to work out these trigger points and to get rid of the muscular component of your pain. And who knows, sometimes even if you have arthritis, sometimes you can have asymptomatic arthritis, just really the muscles that are giving you the problem. So anyway, if you do have thumb arthritis, you also want to stretch out your web space, because that has a tendency to get tight if you have base of the thumb arthritis. This one I really like, taking pressure off your thumb joint. So this is a talk about, to take pressure off the thumb joint, you'd use a simple distraction technique, okay? And that's where you're gently pulling the bones apart a matter of millimeters. Arthritic joints just love this because it takes all the pressure off the joint. It's like a vacation for them. Also gets at times to relax, kind of get circulation to it, and just plain feels good. So there is this distraction technique you can do in standing or sitting it also helps stretch out the joint as well. It just feels really good too. So distraction is actually a good technique you can do to help with the joint pain. Getting maximal joint stability. So if you have an overworked thumb, even if you say you don't have any arthritis, but you just use your thumb a lot, the muscles, do help keep the joint in place. So the stronger, your muscles, supporting muscles are, the less problems you're going to have with the joint. And if you have thumb arthritis, the later stages of thumb arthritis is that the bone, you have excessive motion in the joint, and sometimes it gets so bad that, it starts stressing the ligaments, and in the end stages, the ligaments actually get shredded in base of the thumb arthritis, and then that's why you might see some elderly people with their thumbs out like this. That's where that bone has just subluxed or totally become, or just partially become dislocated, and so it just kind of gets out of place. So you can help with that by strengthening 2 key muscles. So one is your abductor pollicis longus, and it attaches right to the base of the thumb. So you strengthen that muscle with one exercise, do it 2 or 3 times a week with a rubber band. You can get good joint stability there. The other muscle is your first dorsal interossei, and it goes right here, right to the base of the thumb. So here again, there's a couple muscles you can really strengthen to avoid a lot of problems. And if you have a problem, it's going to help decrease your pain. Here again, lots you can do if you know what to do. A few more tools for the toolbox. But hey, if you're just looking for a splint, I think this is a good one. Very simple, straightforward design. So check it out.